Well, hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. I'm going to give you guys some time to come in the room, Virgo, and I'm trying to figure out which cards I want to use. Hey, Bree. Hey, Bree Marie. Hello. Hey, Sid. Hello, hello. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and get into some elements. Okay, let's get into some elements. Then we'll get into the tarot. We're going to see what's going to come out here for you guys. Hey, Shad, Giovanni. Hey, Christy. Hey, Mia. Hey, Keita. Hello. All right. So I've already kind of gotten the energies from the people that have already shown up. Let's also get the energies of those who will be showing up and watching this on the playback. Let's go ahead and get it. This is for Virgo. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Virgo. We're going to get two more because I don't use that one. There we go. All right. Oh, I don't use these two cards. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. And then let's use this one. All right. Now, one of the first cards that's coming out here is the moon. This is funny because I got to tell y'all the same way I actually told either Taurus or was it Taurus or Sagittarius when this card came out. And usually it does talk about psychic abilities and being very intuitive. But I'm sorry, I'm going to agree with this. Here with the moon card, okay? Feeling. It just depends too, because some of you guys, this could be cycle, right? So one thing that I can tell you is that this does talk about your feelings, maybe feeling moody, maybe you being in your feelings, that type of stuff. But it talks about feminine cycles on here, which is funny because she put a comma in the middle of it, but I got it. Okay. It also talks about your comfort level, where you are and where you want to be. And part of the moon is talking about this is like an unseen thing. This is something that may be uncertain about your life right now here with the moon card. And when we get into the tarot, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Okay. Now you have fixed moon. Now this is saying there's a question behind it. Can you guys see that? I don't know why. But there we go. Here it says staying power, inflexible, meaning that someone is refusing to change or a situation feels like it's stuck. Okay. Remember, this could be a situation or a person. All right. So it says there is a stubborn situation. There is a stuck situation that some of you guys are in. But if we're dealing with someone when it comes down to a person, it says that this person may be very strong-willed. Okay. And it may, you may need to be patient with this individual. And, this could be children. Mother is the moon. Okay. So for some of you, it could be your actual children. Or it could be someone that you have a lot of feelings for here with the moon card, someone that you have feelings for, that type of thing. Now, this was the other card that came out here with square. And this is in harmony with that fixed moon because it says it creates restrictions and obstacles. Now, I'm not going to say that this happens all the time. I do believe that it could be somewhat of a motivation. It depends on what's being squared. I do know sometimes in my chart, even when I have like Venus square something, it actually ends up being pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, it just depends. It just depends. But squares in general is just giving an overall energy of something that you're experiencing, some type of situation, or with a situation or a person here, it talks about maybe you're under pressure, dealing with something. Maybe there's power struggles. Maybe there's confrontation. Okay, with someone, people at your job. This could be dealing with your mother, right? This could be dealing with your children, that type of thing. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get one more here for Virgo. There we go. And the last one is Trine, which is really good. And then you have Jupiter at the bottom of the day, which is good. So yeah, even though that there's some restrictive energies, Jupiter is coming in rescuing you because that is a luck energy. And trines also bring in luck. So this is good. And this is coming out in the future position here. It talks about harmony and no friction, things that you're going to be able to benefit from, or people bringing in things that you can benefit off of or from. It talks about your talent. So let's see, this is like someone seeing your talent. This is a easy flowing energy. And I like the fact, like I said before, both of these cards talks about luck. So Trine is talking about luck, and Jupiter is also talking about luck. Jupiter also gives this energy of optimism. Now, why is that needed? Well, if we look at the cards that happened before it, right? We're looking at the moon. The moon again talks about moodiness, being in your feelings, and fear, because it's something that you can't see. It's the things that you're not able to see. Even if someone can tell you, there's still this uncertainty that's still swimming in the air about certain things, right? Whether it has something to do with love, money, or whatever. Okay. And it is a situation, again, that has been persistent, because the fixed moon talks about, persistency. Okay. So Jupiter finally brings something in where now your attitude change and you become more optimistic. Okay. And that is a really, really good thing to see. But remember, it is bringing in luck for you. And that's the thing that I like about that card. Now, let's go ahead. Let's get into your actual tarot reading. You guys already know I love the tarot. Tarot is the master key. I love the element cards because I feel like they're so spot on. And you guys know that I love astrology. So I want to see how this is going to work with the tarot. Let's get it. This is for Virgo. And again, one at a time, please. And again, I'm not going to do any reversals. All of it is going to be upright. There we go. That fell out that way. Oof. This is so funny. Ooh, look, feminine cycle, beware, right? I'm just joking. Sometimes people have attitudes. Okay. Here with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is very much so, the Queen of Swords stands her ground, yes, but it can be somewhat of a negative energy too if you don't hone in on it correctly. So it is hitting the moon. And sometimes people lash out due to fear. Some people lash out because of moodiness. Sometimes people just, they're in their feelings or whatever, right? Or it could be talking about habits that someone has been forming or habits that you need to cut away. Now, we need to talk about that because the Queen of Swords is like more logical. So, and she is demanding something, whether it's of you or someone else, because she creates the boundaries. So let's just say you have a bad habit of spending when you shouldn't spend, or a bad habit of eating things that you shouldn't eat, okay? Or not listening to the doctor's orders, or you have a bad habit of going into work late. That needs to change, because the Queen of Swords is saying, okay, wait a minute now. And I love the fact that they put the man in the Queen of Swords, because this is how aggressive it needs to be in order for those habits to be, done away with, right? So for some of you, you guys are going to have to do something with, you're going to have to cut back or release something that has been causing some habitual toxic habit of yours. Now, if we're talking about a person, kind of the same thing. Because usually what happens with the Queen of Swords is like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you. Because that's the boundary. It's not necessarily blocking, but it's basically saying, I have to protect my feelings. I have to protect myself, right? Because the moon is also the body. Everything about me, I have to protect, right? And so with you, I will say that for a lot of you, it could be all of those things. It could be one of those things, especially if we're actually talking about, feeling like someone is going to act out something physical on you, right? We're talking about someone who's like, trying to harm you in some kind of way. You're like, hey, I have to like protect myself. So it can happen in either form. But I definitely see you, putting up some boundaries in some area of your life. And I'm proud of you, especially if it's you, because usually when it's other people, it's easier for you to say, hell no, back the F away from me. And you curse them out, because Queen of Swords is a cursing out energy. It's easy because you can see it. But when it's you, you don't see it as much. That's the reason why habits and patterns are habits and patterns, because you've gotten yourself in a groove of doing something that has been, unfortunately, not so good for you. And what if you're doing it because you are sad, right? Because we're talking about feelings. So what if you are emotionally eating and you're like, oh, I was supposed to lose like 20 pounds before my wedding, right? It's something like that. Let's go ahead. This is the reason why I love tarot, because you see how like I kept moving with the oracles, but with the tarot, I can like say a 50 million things off of one card because that's just the way it goes, right? All right, let's keep going. This is going to be for Virgo. Now, the next one. Woof, 5 of Swords. Here we go. This is coming after the 5 of Swords, by the way. So this is coming after the Queen of Swords. This is a battle. Who have you been fighting with? Now, depending on your chart, especially Virgos, I've been telling y'all this, that a lot of Virgos are going to be experiencing a lot of conflict and tensions, especially in relationships. Okay? And other things in life as well. I don't want you to think that it's only dealing with relationships, because remember that fixed moon says that something isn't flexible. It is stuck. It refused to move. And this is what caused the conflict. And how are you feeling in the interim of things? Well, I can tell you how you're feeling. Here with the 5 of Swords, it's basically like you're the last man standing. You feel like you're out here by yourself. You're out here alone. You've been fighting this war, right? And really, you don't really see a way out because it's still dark. This is what has been happening. So here, like it says before, it's power struggles between your relationships. With whoever relationships, this could be at your job, because truly there are people that you know for a fact at your job who don't like you, and there's this tit for tat energy. This is dealing with your family members. This is dealing with love or whoever, because someone refuses to change, right? And Virgos don't like to be taken advantage of, and not only that, it is a lack of integrity thing. It's an integrity issue, really. I refuse to be at this job if I'm not recognized for my hard work. You gave me only 10 cents for a raise. Everybody else got 30 cents. What the hell is this, right? And I'm just using that as an example because, baby, if somebody gave me 10 cents for a raise when I know that somebody else got 30 cents, I'm going to turn over tables. Okay, just telling you. I will be looking for another job literally when I sit down after lunch. I have done that. I've looked for jobs while I was actually working. Like, don't play me. Okay. But I like it, and then look at this, right? Like, I love the fact that she was so good. Whoever did these cards was so good, because they understand that I know what all of this stuff means as far as astrologically. So here, things that are tempting you also as well, especially with that double being behind the bushes, right? Behind the trees, something is tempting you. Who's tempting you to do something or act out of character? Because remember, the 5 of Swords and the Queen of Swords here is like, I don't usually act like this. This is not usually me, by the way. But I'm being tempted here. See, this is you on the inside. Like, don't make me do something that I really don't want to do. Okay? And usually it happens with people who are closer to you. And I mean, not just like family and lovers, but people that's at your job as well, because you see them every day. They are almost like a fixture in your life. But part of the Temperance card is saying you're going to have to temper it, because temperance is balancing. You're going to have to try to figure out a way to not fall in this hole and fall in this temptation of always feeling like you have to argue or defend yourself. Sometimes let things go. Let people say what they want to say and keep it moving. Like I said, if your boss don't give you a raise, what do? I'm just going to find another job. And if we're talking about relationships, what do? You don't sacrifice yourself in a relationship. You don't stay in something, especially with the 5 of Swords, where there is a lack of integrity. You don't stay into something that you feel has no integrity to you. Temperance is a slow moving energy, though, because it's thinking along the way, and eventually it will make a decision, because that's the reason why the Queen of Swords is there. So a decision will be made with this Temperance card. You're just slow about making a decision because you refuse to be a sacrifice in any relationships that you've been in. You refuse to be a sacrifice at your job or with your family. You refuse it. Now, if we have to talk about your money for a second, because this is really spiritual advice, but if we have to talk about your money, I'm going to be honest, it's going to get better. But looking at these 2 cards here in the middle is letting me know this has been very problematic. Okay. because fixed, anything fixed is saying that something feels stuck and it's not growing. Square is a restriction, obstacles, and problems. And remember, you are in demand. What is the demanding things of life? Paying for your bills, taking care of your children, your responsibilities. So now everything falls on your shoulder. And if we're talking about money, we're saying these two cards in the middle is saying that there is a problem with that. That's the reason why I was like, okay, here with Trine and with Jupiter, something lucky is going to happen. I don't know. It's going to be different, everybody. But I do see it. So if we're talking about finances, it's been an issue. But everything else is really relationship wise. That's with anybody. Okay, that's what we've been talking about. Now let's go ahead. Let's see what else is going to pop out here for Virgo. And it came out anyway. Crazy. You guys have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Look at that card. Look at the word that says on it. It's just whoever did this deck, I'm obsessed. Okay. Equality. What did I just say when the Temperance card came out earlier? And this is not what it means, by the way. I was literally saying the way that you feel when you're in something, you feel like there is no balance. Because we're talking about temperance, that means that there is something that is imbalanced here. And again, if we're talking about relationship, you are sacrificing yourself in order for you to maintain how the relationship is going. Someone feels that way, whether you or somebody else. It could be your person, by the way. Your person could feel like, why am I always having to compromise? Why am I always having to, when it's truly probably both of you, really? But there is someone feeling like that. But I also feel like if we're talking about relationships, let's just talk about relationships. Those that you're going to be going into, you may actually run into this problem, or relationships that you could be in. If we're talking about fixed or square energy, that means that some things are outside of you and it shows in your chart. Your person could be going through something, and part of their challenge is the fact that they are not able to maintain the relationship the way that you want. Okay, there is a sacrificial lamb energy here, and someone is feeling like that. And so something needs to be balanced. There needs to be a conversation, really, with the Queen of Swords, and not in a nasty way, but there needs to be a conversation that needs to be had about someone feeling like something isn't equal. There's no equality in this relationship, or I do not feel that there's equality in this connection. I feel like I'm sacrificing my happiness and what I want in order to be here. And that usually happens in long-term committed relationships, especially if you've already signed your name on a line. You can't just jump up and leave. But if a person is feeling that way in your dating, that means that somebody's not really saying what needs to be said. Okay. There's been ups and downs in money. Even on your person end, I feel as well. For some of you, the economy is kind of crappy right now. They may be experiencing, the tightness of that as well. I'm seeing that a little bit in this reading. For some of you, your person is suffering from, I don't want to say this because it sounds so bad, but for some of you, your person is dealing with some past addictions, secrets. And sometimes this is the type of person where they're always tempted to do something and they're trying to resist, but they're trying to be good. But that could also be the thing that's causing a problem in a connection, because not only are they fighting their own issues within their physical world, they're also fighting their own demons in the spiritual world within them, the things that they've done in the past, and now they're trying to be in a relationship with you. You are none the wiser. You have no idea that this stuff is going on. You can sense it, you can feel it, but you don't know. And that's part of what that little thing is in the background, because you can kind of see it a little bit, right? This is what your person may be experiencing. It's in the background, and here it is, the couples together, and it's lurking, causing tensions and problems in the relationship. because someone refuses to go get counseling. Someone refuses to go get help with their addiction. Someone refuses to, especially because I see here for some of you, there is addictive energy. Someone refuses to get some type of help for some type of issue that they're experiencing. Abuse that they may have experienced. Substance abuse that they may have experienced. Alcoholism. Okay. And for some of you, sexuality. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. Oh my God, this is crazy. Like, it's so on point. Here, you guys already know I'm obsessed with this card because this is saying this is what you're waiting for, right? Everything shows up in this card. Everything that you ever want shows up in this card. She put the Four of Wands on the side, but this is really the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands have always been an expectation of what's to come. And we're really hitting what? The trine. What are you in expectation of? Well, we just said it. A little bit more ease in life, harmony in your relationship, or being with someone that there is a harmonious connection. The King of Wands is always considered to be a new person. Not always, okay? So if you are in a very rough style connection, the harmony could be the fact that you're going to be moving on with someone else, okay? That's not everybody. Or it could be if you're single, you're going to be meeting someone in a relationship is very good and very harmonious. Okay, and it lacks this, which is good. It lacks the conflict. It lacks that secretness that may have been happening in your relationships prior. Okay, but that is what a lot of you are in expectation of, literally. The love of your life and being stable. Four of Wands, stable energy is long term. This is why I love the way that they did these cards, because the Four of Wands talk about celebratory energy in any aspect when we're saying money and love. This was always considered to be the twin flame. Y'all know I don't believe in all of that. I believe in soulmates. I believe in that. And I do believe that this means that there's going to be a stable connection that you are going to be going towards. Now, this is also saying walking with someone. Now, even if we were talking about money, there could be partnerships that you guys are going to be going in or something like that, dealing with work and career. And this is you climbing a ladder, but there's a house there. There is a foundational energy. I don't care if this is foundational, dealing with an actual house or money or a relationship. This is where you're headed, and you're not doing it by yourself. Even if this is an invisible person. If we're saying that if this is your spirit guides and angels, right? You're not doing it alone. So you should be in expectation of this luck energy that's coming, especially here. Jupiter even said how you're going to feel. It literally says happiness, fulfillment, growth, and success. It said way more than a trine. That is what you are waiting for, and that is what you are in expectation of. This is crazy. You're meant to fulfill a divine contract. Now, remember, I put these to the sides. I never look at these cards and read it. I don't. I just be putting them to the sides because I know this is not going to be a part of the reading, in the beginning. But this is karmic. This is karmic energy, y'all. And I don't really say too much on here. I tell y'all what karmic looks like in your chart. And I tell you what planet it is, right? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and see what that means. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, and one of the cards that just fell out is saying that there's someone in your life right now that's karmic. And karmic to me, let me just say this, karmic to me does not mean what everybody say with karmic. Karmic to me does not mean bad. Okay, karmic is always considered to be past life, whether good or bad. Because there's no way that you can tell the person that you were dealing with in the past life was even remotely great to you. They could be an ass in this lifetime and was good in the last lifetime. I don't know, right? But what I'm trying to say is that it is a relationship that is going to bring a lesson. Whether that lesson is great for you or that lesson is not so great and you are learning something from that relationship. You get it? It's just as simple as that. And so here, it doesn't have to be love, but because I see so many of that in your charts, I really do believe that's what it is. But we're going to go ahead and see. And I wanted to say this too. Here it says your guides are helping you all as well. Now, this is a part of that worry energy that we saw with the moon, and part of these two cards here with the fixed moon and the square, because those all talks about challenges, and whatever you're experiencing, of course, can be very challenging for you. So here it says all is well. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now, for those who are single, I'm not going to tell you what card popped out, but the cards were falling in my lap because some cards fell, and there was one card that just rests just literally boop right on my thigh. Okay. And it is a person, and it's letting me know that if you guys are not in a connection, that person is coming in the summer. I'm not even going to say, oh, nope, in the summer. In the summer. You'll meet them now or somewhere in the summer. You're going to be meeting someone that is considered to be karmic. Let's go ahead. Let's see what comes out. Let's see if we can describe this person, by the way. All right. That was too many. I want to push this like this, but anyway. Definitely see a Leo here, or someone with a Leo placement, or have Leo. Man, you couldn't get any more powerful. The Wheel of Fortune is destined. There is somebody in your there. Okay, definitely you're gonna feel like something about this person is totally different from the other people that you've dealt with. Period. Like totally. Period. Just telling you, okay? I also feel like there is this youthful energy, this youthfulness about them, something about them that feels very youthful. And sometimes they can be older than you and have that, right? But there's something a little bit youthful about this person's energy here. Oh my God. All right. A lot of communication back and forth is what I see. A lot of communication. You and this person kind of have the same kind of like communication style. Like, you guys are the type of person, both of you guys have really strong poker faces. Both of you have very strong poker faces. But the love is strong, and the love is there, according to what I'm seeing here. Let me see if I see any signs. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Ace of Cups. So it is so far a destined connection that looks new for a lot of you. Oh, I knew it. I'm not going to show you. Some stuff I can't show you. The only thing that I could tell you is that the summer, okay? The summer. It could happen way before, literally. I would say be in expectation of it, really. This person could be two strong cards that are coming out here. Again, like I said, is Leo, any type of fire sign, very much so fire energy. I don't know if they have a fire moon, but it does feel fire, like a fire, but also a fire moon rather. It could be fire moon, fire rising, or sun could be. Libra is coming out very strong. So I don't know if any of you have Libra in your chart. So there's a lot of moons here. I do see a lot of sexual passion. And I'll say this way, I see a lot of sex. Okay. How it's measured is going to be up to you. Like, I can't say y'all all going to have great sex. I can't tell you that because that'll be a lie. Okay. But do I see a lot of it? Yes. Okay. I'm also seeing that for some of you, this person could be, I don't know why I feel this is not going to be for everybody. There's a different nationality thing or something dealing with them is a little different from you. Okay. Oh, Jupiter is here. Jupiter. So it could be younger than you. They could be foreign. They can travel a lot. I am definitely seeing that. This person could be a single father, single mother. This person could be a divorcee. I see at least 2 or 3 kids. At least 2 or 3 kids with this one. Last one. This person really wants your attention. Really, really wants your attention. I'm just going to, this is the only disclaimer I have with this, is that there is some emotional baggage from this person's past. They don't necessarily explain it, but or express it, but there is some emotional baggage. Now, this can stem all the way back from childhood. This can stem all the way back from when they were 20s, 30s, teenagers, whatever. This could have happened with an ex that they still have not been able to resolve certain type of issues emotionally. It could be still dealing with something, dealing with the ex or dealing with children, depending on if they were married or not. It could be something like that. But one thing that I can tell you based off of what I'm saying, baby, y'all definitely got somebody here in your reading that is a karmic lover. Okay, now I want to do this one thing, because I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. This one thing here for Virgo. Because for some odd reason I became a night owl. I don't know why I have not been able. Oh, never mind. I do have a whole bunch of. I have actually a good transit with Uranus. Uranus keep your ass up all night, by the way. So if you guys are wondering why you haven't been able to sleep, that's why. That is why. This is for Virgo. That's why it will keep you up all night. Some of y'all are saying, yeah, oh, that is crazy. Let me see if I can, before I do this, let me just see if I can say a particular positions, or like, for example, we looked at fire moons for your person. They can have a fire moon, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Libra moon, okay? There could be Jupiter trine. There could be a Jupiter trining or a Jupiter squaring coming up for you. Jupiter trine or a Jupiter squaring. You can have Jupiter conjunct your moon. Some of you are about to have Jupiter in the 9th house, or you have moon in the 9th house. I see stability here, y'all, for real. Like, for real. Like, for real. But anyway, let's keep going. You have opposition. Now, this is what's so crazy. This is true for me. Okay. It's only for like 3 days. I was dreading this because I was like, I went on Cash App Live tonight, and I'm literally having this right now. And I'm like, I don't think that this is going to necessarily be like a great day for me to go online, right? And I know what it is. Like, usually when you have any type of oppositions, it's not going to do great, okay? But I just went on a little, because I also had good transits as well. But yeah, obviously, the opposition won, okay? But oppositions could be, it's anything. And with this one, it's kind of hard to say what it could be, because it could be anything. Literally, it could be moon oppositions. It could be sun oppositions. It could be Mars, Venus. Any of those could be literally oppositions right now, okay? And just based off of what I'm saying, even here with the oppositions, it talks about it is something that literally is a polar opposite of what you're trying to obtain or attract. Okay, that's something that I'm saying. But either way, this actually looks good. And it talks about tests or something that would be like a test for you. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the cards that actually fell out. it's like, I'm not sure. Like, did you guys block somebody or something like that? With these cards, sometimes I look at it on both sides, that maybe if you block somebody, there could be like someone who may have a phantom account or something like that. Okay. Because you see what it's saying? Blocked and then phantom only because the person is in like behind, right? You said so. Oh my God. Devani, that's hilarious. I saw what Anointed Head said, but Devani, for somebody to block you is funny as hell. But anyway. Oh, okay. Anyway, it says that this person game is weak. Maybe they have a really bad time with calling back. It says can't even call back. It says here this one says breaking hearts, or they have empty promises. Maybe they feel like they're a player, maybe they were a player, that type of stuff. Here it says that this is going to be the person that will come in your life and say they're returning because they are going to tell you that they changed. Okay, so and this is true because I think I did. Oh shoot, I didn't have a card out of here, but it is a card here that kind of brings up the energy of someone from the past coming back, especially if it's more than 4 weeks. Then there's somebody from the past that's coming back. This person may ask you to go out for coffee just because that's what I'm seeing. It may be at a neutral place that you guys may have this conversation here. I'm also seeing here, it says that this person, that you could be dealing with someone who's very selfish, or it says that they like to waste people's time. Okay. Be careful if it's someone who, this is like it could be criminal. I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily think that you guys will, but I'm just saying. They could have stolen something from somebody. I mean, I don't know how much of a thief they're saying, because really it's basically saying wasting time is the number one energy, but it also could be, remember with this person behind the screen, it could be someone who's actually does things criminally. Okay. Now this is the part that was, and this is the last one. This is the part that I thought was really interesting. Oh no, this was another one. Somebody may like gambling a lot, or they may waste a lot of their money on gambling. There it is. It can be either way. Remember, we saw the one with divine. What was it? It said divine contract, right? Now, this is a completely different deck, different people. You know, they make these different years. And it says, what did it say? Karmic love lesson that must be overcome. And that is what I said, in particular, what a karmic relationship would be. That is what it is. Okay. It is a relationship where it could be a good one, where they come in and they treat you very well and you learn how real love actually is. Okay. Or it could be someone where it's like you have to overcome your desire to be by yourself. You have to overcome the desire of always giving or something. It's something that you're learning in a relationship that you will overcome, by the way. And it says here, toxic twin flame journey, masquerading as true love. You already know how I feel about that. I don't believe in true love. Okay. Anytime I don't believe in twin flame because it always brings in this energy that 1 minute you believe that this person is supposed to be your true love and they're not. If it is abusive, if the person has abusive tendencies, or if it's toxic, they are not your twin flame. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know why that's even a thing, but they kind of did that. Okay. And it says that somebody in general talks a lot of trash, a lot of shit. Somebody, is being accused of that based off the reading. Okay. Virgo, I had fun with y'all. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. If you are interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below in the description box. If you have Sagittarius in your chart, I will be doing that next. And then if you have Taurus in your chart, I will be doing that next. If you have Aquarius and Capricorn, you will be the first people I want to do tomorrow at 2:00. All right. So I'll see Sagittarius in like 3 minutes. All right. Love you guys.